What is going on, everyone? I hope your world is good. Let's talk about another great state, this time Wisconsin, and the reasons you should move there. And there's a lot of reasons. I had a hard time narrowing this one down to 10. There's like 25 I came up with. Now, I did the reasons not to move to the Badger State like a couple weeks ago, and I can tell you that one was hard to find 10 solid reasons not to move here. But no place is perfect, and I was finally able to squeak that one out. Even my friends, all three of them that live there, had a hard time thinking of anything bad about the state. That's rare. Everyone's got a complaint about their state. Well, one friend did have a complaint. He said he kept running into his ex-wife in the town they're still both living in. Said that was his real only complaint about the place. So, if you don't have an ex in Wisconsin, maybe you should think about making that move. I'll give you some reasons why you should. Here's my top 10 reasons to move to Wisconsin. Number 10. Cost of living. Wisconsin is a great place to start a new life. Wisconsin goes against the norm in one really good way. It is a desirable place to live, and it's actually very affordable. Those two never go together. And before you comment, I'm sure you wanted to move to Kickapoo, Kansas, and your rent is only $165 a month. I wasn't talking to just you. Stop typing. The cost of living statewide is well below the national average. Home prices, just outside of any major city, are very low. Obviously, if it's in Madison or Milwaukee, they're going to be a little higher, but all the surrounding areas and out in the farmland, it's really cheap. Here's some homes in Sparta, Wisconsin. I chose Sparta just so I could do this.
This is Sparta!
Number 9. The Packers. If you like football, beer, and cold weather, pack up and head to the Dairy State. The Green Bay Packers have some of the most diehard fans in the country. The amazing thing about Green Bay is they have a professional football team, and they are essentially a small city. Some of the other teams in the league have a hard time filling their stadium, and they're in a major city. Green Bay has a population of just over 100,000. The next closest city to have a football team would be Buffalo, and they have over 1 million people. This is a testament to the loyalty this city and its residents have for the Packers. The last time they didn't sell out a home game was November 22nd, 1959. No kidding, almost 60 years ago. Unless they start wearing blue and yellow and change their name to the Rams, they should have no problem hitting the 60-year mark, 70-year mark, and the 80-year mark in the future. Number 8. Noah's Ark. Not that one, this one. Now, I've only been here once, and it was probably the best water park I've ever been to. Now, I've been to about 20 or so over the years. It was relatively inexpensive compared to other water parks, not too crowded, and the staff didn't have that attitude like, I hate my job and I'm going through a really bad breakup. Yeah, that attitude kind of shows on the faces of a lot of these teenagers and early 20-year-olds. My friend's daughter was, actually this is funny, my friend's daughter was, and maybe still is, a supervisor for Six Flags in California. She told me the worst part about her job was the breakups. Most of the workers are in their early 20s, and it's hard to keep these kids off each other, both at work and in the parking lot after work. Another big problem she has is the fallout after she had to fire someone. All the friends and people they've been hooking up with are now mad at her because she had to fire a couple. Yeah, I mean, it's what to expect when you have a bunch of young kids working someplace. Anyway, if you have kids, this is a solid reason to move to Wisconsin. Number 7. Festivals. These people spend a lot of time finding reasons to eat, drink, and feel merry. I mean, be merry. Stop typing. I wasn't suggesting everyone in Wisconsin should grope someone named Mary. Wisconsin is big on festivals. Here's just a few. The La Crosse River Fest, La Crosse Irish Fest, Great River Folk Fest, Oktoberfest, Sparta Butterfest. Yeah, you heard me right. Sparta Butterfest. And Summerfest in Milwaukee, which is like the biggest one. And what I like about the Wisconsin festivals, the people are nice. They're decent people. There's not a lot of extra headaches that go on at these things. In full disclosure, I've only been to 2 in La Crosse, but they were really nice, and I'm sure it's the same statewide. Now, I don't know about the one in Milwaukee, Summerfest. There's a few in Milwaukee, actually, but I'm sure it's relatively decent. Number 6. Water sports. If it can be done on water, it is done in Wisconsin, and that includes surfing on the Great Lakes. Sure, it's not Mavericks or Cortez Bank, but they get some good days. With 2 Great Lakes and tons of small lakes, ponds, creeks, and rivers to choose from, there's always something to do in all seasons. That includes when it freezes. Number 5. Cheese. Wisconsin is all about cheese. One of the unofficial nicknames of Wisconsin is the dairy state. Cheese, of course, is dairy, in case you've never had a 8th grade science class. They have some of the finest cheese in the world, and that's real. Normally you think someplace in Europe or something like that. No, you can get some of the best cheese in the world in Wisconsin. Sometimes they go a little overboard with the cheese. They decided to skip that whole salt thing for the roads and decided to de-ice some of the roads with cheese brine. Thought that one was kind of weird, but I guess it works. And of course, the approved headgear for Packer games is a cheesehead hat. Number 4. Hiking and exploring. Besides water sports, Wisconsin is big on other outdoor activities. With caves, lakes, mountains, and forests, you'll find some nature to enjoy, trust me. Wisconsin has plenty of open space, which means you can explore hidden hiking trails and even try and find some wildlife. When I say wildlife, I'm not talking like some beer festival in the woods. Actual 4-legged and 2-legged sometimes wildlife. Number 3. Commute. For the most part, getting around Wisconsin is easy. Long, flat highways for miles between each town make it kind of nice. Of course, larger cities like Milwaukee and Madison have some more traffic. Commute times in these places, they're not that bad. Just a little slow down each way. And I already know we're going to get someone who needs to tell us how horrid their commute is. It's not. Go to Los Angeles, San Francisco, or Seattle, then come back and tell us all about how easy it is in Wisconsin, and how you enjoy your 13 minutes of slow driving in each direction now. Stop typing. Number 2. Crime. There is no crime in Wisconsin. I mean, other than Milwaukee. Like I said in other videos, 80% of the police calls outside of Milwaukee involve livestock. The leading cause of death in Wisconsin is old age. Of course, that's all outside of Milwaukee. And number 1, the people. Wisconsin is another one of those states where the people are actually a reason to live there. Respectful and neighborly is the best way to explain 90% of the residents outside of Milwaukee. They love their sports teams, they love their festivals, and they love life. Meet some people from Wisconsin. You won't be disappointed. And you'll probably want to thank me later on. Alright, so that's the top 10 reasons to move to Wisconsin. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit those links below. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.